Okay, hello everyone, this is Zach here. All right, hello Miss Wong. Okay, thank you for joining me. Okay, hopefully my sound and screen is okay, right? If my sound and screen is okay, appreciate if you can type one for me. Okay, so we're gonna start right now. I think we start slightly early, okay, because I do understand that yes, later 11s, yes, there's World Cup match, okay, between France and Poland. Okay, so hello Lee, thank you for joining me in this section here. So okay, don't worry, I'm not going to take a lot of time here. Okay, probably just spend around like 25 minutes, just 11 before 11 p.m. Okay, so that we can enjoy our World Cups later on. Okay, so hello Tony. Okay, hello Pojen. Okay, thank you for the confirmation over there. So okay, now few things that we're gonna look into today. Okay, against that recently we already know the full so-called cabinets. Okay, who is the all the mentry. Okay, now I think most of the trader or investor, we are more focusing into Zahid counters. Okay, so this is one of the highlights, okay, recently, right? So against I think mainly are two counters over here. First is the MQ tag and the other one is Jaikun. Okay, let me know any other counters that are related to Jahid, but so far I think only I think I need to know these two. D Sonic, if I'm mistaken, and let's see. Okay, D Sonic. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because to be frank, I'm not really good at into this, but as I know, okay, D Sonic I think is related as well, and MYEG, right? Somehow I think it related also. Okay, so now if you look into MQ Tech, definitely volume starting to increase over here. Now, a few things I found it is very interesting for MQ Tech, and it kind of a little bit of different with previously what happens to Eden and ASB. Okay, now if you look into Eden, let me put into two chart over here. Okay, so let's look into ASB lah. So ASB is the one that we know that currently I know how it's our PM10, and after the announcement, we do see there's a big UT, okay, coming up there, okay, and subsequently make a big so-called pullback. Okay, I still think probably it's a pullback, not a distribution, but of course this big UT here gonna to cause us some resistance because of profit taking. Okay, usual BM counter. Okay, thank you, Lee. So now again, as always, we know once the news is out, people is ready to take profit. I think that's pretty normal. Okay, buy rumor and we sell on news. Okay, hello Wayland, thank you for joining me. But in this case, if you look into these two chart patterns, right, I think it's slightly a little bit of different this round, right? If you look into ASB, okay, ASB is that previously, we know the news confirmation, the press release start to jump up already. Okay, they already make a big movement. Okay, so from this green pentagon over here to the top of this UT, you actually run 360%. Okay, so when the news is out, people take profit and the price make a big so-called distribution and making a deep pullback. Okay, but pretty interesting, because if you look into ASB, actually they actually turns to back to green pentagon. I mean, it's in the hourly chart. Okay, we can look into that later on, but of course we look into MQ Tech first, because in terms of chart setups, okay, I think MQ Tech is not that bad. Okay, so if you look into weekly chart, yes, volume is increasing, first thing. Okay, second thing is that in this daily chart here, I do see there is a shakeout. Okay, actually the shakeout come from this bar, but again, I didn't really pay attention to MQ Tech because it's below 10-cent counters. Usually it's not my cup of tea. Okay, usually it's not my cup of tea. So but the chart setup wise, they do have a shakeout. Okay, so recently, yes, lots of shakeout counters is doing pretty well. Okay, counters like, I kind of like counters like big boring type like Ren Hill, they're slowly going up. Previously like SWS cap, okay, they goes up, almost hit resistance, they do and now wash again, now slowly coming back again. Solar West, okay, also doing a shakeup. Okay, so this kind of shakeup counters, I think definitely it's worth to pay attention to. Now, anyway, back to MQ Tech, because now all the news is out already. Now, few things I think tomorrow will happen. First, probably we might see a gap up. Okay, gap up and immediate profit taking. Okay, I think that's pretty normal, things that we do expect. Okay, but if I look into background overall, okay, into this background overall, so it doesn't matter tomorrow. I think it's pretty normal. Tomorrow it goes up, probably UT again. Okay, somewhere around here. Okay, now I think this is the area that is still worth to pay attention to. Okay, most probably we will see the price goes up, okay, from some UT or maybe some profit taking areas over here, and price will test back like ASB. Okay, if you look into ASB, okay, let's go back to ASB for a while. Okay, I think this is a good area for them to like stop for a while, because why? If you notice, this is the gap area. Okay, and again, gap area always good, okay, to use as the potential support. In MQTech case, okay, the shakeout area, okay, is the support area. Okay, now the other one, if you look into over here, let's go back to our dashboard. Okay, just want to share with you why this kind of main support area is very important, okay, to look into, right? So if I open up this KLSE chart, okay, we open up for 3 months over here. If you notice here, gap up, right? These two candle gap up, pull back, okay? Yes, it do dip a little bit of this gap over here, but subsequently they push it back again, right? And make a nice NS, and closing on the last Friday come with test. Okay, again, so this is some of the things that we want to look into. So if I look into MQTech, okay, so I still think that the setup wise, breakout wise, is pretty good, but just that, you know, we want to see what is the overreaction Monday, which is tomorrow. Okay, again, very few things I want to do a quick reminder over here. Now, first thing first, I'm not doing any buy call, I'm not doing any sell call, right? If you decided to enter any trades from what we discussed over here today, make sure you got your own trading plan. Okay, as you know, I do have losses as well. Okay, I do have lots of trades that, you know, losses. Okay, but again, this is part of the trading. Okay, this is part of trading. So okay, now a few things again we can do here is that let's look into MQTech. Okay, for members, you can actually check out what is your current so-called the risk to reward. Okay, of course, risk to reward is not that good. Okay, risk to reward is not that good at the moment. While to support one, you need to risk around 45%. Okay, again, this is the super penny counters, below 10-cent counters. That's why personally I don't really look into it. Okay, but the shakeout is very nice. Okay, so after I look into it, I feel that, oh, I missed this shakeout. Okay, but it's below 10-cent counters. So now the other one is that I think Jaikun. Okay, let's do Jaikun. So of course, for members, if you are those that, you know, don't mind trade penny counters, you can look into it. Okay, but in terms of prices, I feel more comfortable to look into Jaikun because it's 20 cents counters. Okay, so volume is also pretty nice. Okay, even though I still think that they are slightly a little bit of illiquid over here. So let's do into weekly chart. Okay, volume slowly building up in this area here. It's not the biggest volume. Okay, it's not the biggest volume, so I still a bit doubt that they would make a big change of trend. So here would be our main so-called resistance based on weekly chart. Obviously, we got some high volume into this area. Now, one test, okay, very close. Subsequently, they fail again to retest this area. Okay, volume is coming back in this moment. All right, so let's go back to my daily chart here. So again, I'm just going to use the same methods. Okay, so here we got one NS. Okay, again, for if you have followed us for some times, you know that I like to use NS. Whenever I see NS, there's chance for them to build a support. Okay, and here you just draw this line over here. Okay, I think this is a nice shakeout areas. Okay, actually, if you notice, these two counter actually they already completed the shakeout. Okay, before Friday. Okay, the movement over there. But just like I say, I don't know why I missed it. Probably because Jaikun, again, it's not my first choice kind of setups over here because it's a bit illiquid, like I said. But this is the shakeout that pretty nice. Okay, it pushed it back. This is the low volume bar on 1st December. Okay, so like the other day also, I think on Thursday or Friday, there's one member asked me, Zach, low volume bar, is it good or bad? Okay, now can any member here share with me? Okay, what do you think? Low volume bar is good or bad? Okay, if you think that low volume bar is good, you type good. If you think that low volume bar is bad, you type bad. Or if you don't know, you just type DK. Okay, if you don't know how to read low volume bar, you just type DK. Okay, at least I know that, you know, you'll understand, okay, what it means by low volume bar. Okay, just let me know over there. Okay, I'm gonna say, coach, what cluster counters FF really Inca? quite cluster. Which type of counters? Sorry, I mean. Okay, now this is the low volume. Usually, okay, now for low volume, okay, for low volume, very important is that you need to look into your background. Okay, if your background is good, like for example, in this case over here, we got a shakeout in the background, right? Usually, it's a good sign. Okay, I cannot promise 100% that it will break up, but I think 80 to 90% is a good sign. Okay, it's a good sign. And closing on Friday, there are few counters actually come with very, very low volume. I think I posted at least 3 counters into members chat rooms. Okay, I think after Friday closing yesterday, I do some homework. I think of 5 or 6 counters that come with very, very low volume. Okay, which is probably you can take notes. Okay, now Jaikun, I think almost the same things also. So here will be resistance, which is I think very, very close right now. So tomorrow, let's see how it goes. If let's say it gaps up UT, I will avoid, okay, and I will wait for this area, okay, a potential shakeout area, okay, for us to look for, is there any chances, okay, for us to look for the entry, okay. So let's look into D-Sonic. Okay, D-Sonics too looks like there's shakeout in the background. Okay, somewhere around here. Okay, this one also do a shakeout. Okay, and also here is a nice resistance area. Okay, it looks like a bit more in terms of compared to MQ Tech and Jaikun, right? This one looks like got more volume, okay, more liquids, okay, compared to these two. Okay, so here we got high volume. Okay, again, that's why usually we got high volume in this area, we do a shakeout. Okay, nice pushing back. Okay, and now seems like they are doing this type in this area. Okay, so shakeout in the background. Okay, whether it can break out or not, I'm not sure. But again, best thing is that we want to look for a entry very, very close with the support areas. Okay, so that's D-Sonic. Okay, MYAG already break. Okay, break from this so-called reaccumulation. So again, if you notice, right, they actually also do a shakeout before break. Okay, here. Okay, a shakeout before break. Okay, and this is the low volume. Okay, this is the low volume. Okay, let me just erase this bar here so we can see. Okay, so this is the low volume bar. Okay, before it break. Okay, so again, low volume bar, you all have to use it correctly. Okay, you have to use it correctly. Okay, so if the sound string is in the background, usually this represents no sellers. Okay, it kind of similar like NS. Okay, similar like, in this case, it is a test bar. So chances for them to break is very good. Okay, it's there. Okay, chances is very high. Okay, so there's quick one for MYAG. Again, we're going to look into ASB. Okay, hopefully we will see second round. Okay, but like I say here, we already got this big UT over here. So most of the time UT will cause some resistance, or probably I expect them to have a few retests, okay, before they can move up higher. Okay, few retests, probably weeks or months of reaccumulation. But today's volume over here on Friday, okay, come with slightly increase in volume. Okay, it's a good sign, but I don't think it's enough yet. Okay, to call it as a solid support. Okay, if I can remember, okay, let's look into 6 crop. Okay, 6 crop slowly moving up. Here we don't have any UT. Okay, something like this. Something, it's not the 100% exactly the same. Okay, it's not 100% exactly the same, but something like this. Okay, so here, push up. Okay, drop. Okay, notice this volume, the one that formed the NS. This volume is pretty good. Okay, because this volume here is almost equals with all this volume. Okay, now the ASB volume still a bit low. Okay, still a bit low. So if let's say low, sometimes they still probably do another like few more of retest, okay, before we see higher. Or maybe example like Heng Yuan. Okay, let's see. I know Heng Yuan recently break also. Okay. Yeah, here we got high volume. Okay, but again, we want to see few more high volume. Better that if let's say they got sound strong. Okay, if not, they will drop lower. Okay, so it's kind of similar with SB also. Here we got some gap. Okay, so that's why this gap here for SB there, okay, must hold. Okay, now if you are aiming for short-term trading, okay, for those interested in SB right now, okay, I think yes, you can do so. Hourly chart, okay, same things. Hourly chart, Pentagon, COC. Okay, there's few things I'm going to do. Now, this gap here, I think will serve you as a very good support. Okay, anything below gap, okay, like Hangman, okay, notice the gap break below with sell off high volume. That's it, you exit. Okay, that's it, you exit, because I think it's very risky because of the upthrust, okay, right exactly at the top here. Okay, and this upthrust come with high volume. All right, so let's say you see sell off high volume, okay, there's most probably it's not a shakeout anymore. Okay, probably it's a distribution. Okay, but if you think that I just want to have some excitement, I want to trade some, okay, you try to trade along with the gap. Okay, so here, okay, again, not doing any buy call, just that if you interested, okay, you want to explore a little bit on ABS, okay, you can do so. Okay, over there. Now, personally, I'm interested more in some counters like NS, okay, especially those steel counter and like I said, the low volume counters. Now, like I said, almost 11 already. I know most of y'all planning to watch the World Cup later on. Anyone here will watch the World Cup later on? Type A for me. Type A, type B if you are not interested in World Cup. Okay, type A if you are planning to watch the World Cup later on. Okay, so now okay, let's look into some counters here. Okay, I think I got Celta. This is some of the few boring counters. Okay, if members like Steven, okay, I know Steven's looking into more like long-term type counters. Okay, I think probably this one suits you more. It's a bit type of boring type counters, but the stages is there, the setup is there. Okay, which is probably you can look into it. Okay, now Celta. Okay, again background down. Okay, selling off. Okay, Lee say yes. I mean yes, Nigeria. Yes. Okay, so I think most of you all are football fans. Okay, we're gonna close before 11 p.m. Okay, before 11 p.m. So here, push back up. Okay, this is a part that we're still not sure yet whether the reversal is coming or not. Most probably I'll stay up. Okay, in this case over here. Now I'm more interested on this kind of volume coming in. Okay, the mega shakeout, pushing back. Okay, so this is what we call pocket pivot. Okay, this is what we call pocket pivots, and it breaks through this resistance. Notice the pullback, low volume. Okay, the volume on Friday closing is very, very low. Okay, for Asata. Okay, now the other one that I noticed is D Pharma. Okay, D Pharma. Kind of similar. Okay, kind of similar. Okay, if I zoom in over here, okay, here of course we got some big volume here. So here we also got some high volume. Okay, and subsequently the trend, okay, the stages actually change. Okay, if you focus in this short term over here, which is looking into these few months, the 6-month time frame. Okay, notice we do have a shakeout. Okay, here. Actually, the Pharma shakeout is very nice. Oh, Asata merger. So I think if let's say they make a nice pullback, probably you can watch out on that. So actually, compared to Asata, I'm interested more in D Pharma. Okay, but again, like I said, probably D Pharma is boring type counters. I didn't really pay attention to it also. Okay, but I actually missed this NS. Okay, this NS is very good because this NS come with shakeout. Okay, so that's why now I'll focus a little bit on steel, because some of the steel actually shake out NS. Okay, I think like Maleva, if I'm not mistaken. I think Micro also got NS. Yeah, I think Anju also. Yes, there's the few. Okay, so here they actually make a big break. Okay, volume is good, and if you notice also, volume on closing on Friday is low. Okay, which is this volume over here. So again, low volume on strong background. Okay, usually it representing there's a chance, okay, for them to move up higher. Again, not doing any buy call, just that my personal opinion, but sometimes you feel like so that's why if you want to trade, make sure you really want to look into your trading plan. Okay, so here D Pharma. Okay, of course risk reward is not there. Okay, because why? They already break up. Okay, if not, you can wait for the ideal approach around 1.5 area. Okay, make sure before you enter any trade, you need to know where is your risk. Okay, so in this case, over 1.33. Okay, it's around 12%. Okay. Now, in this case over here, usually I'll look into the hourly chart. Okay, like I say, when the counters come with some momentum, best is that you want to trade COC. Okay, you want to trade COC. Okay, so KGB, I hope some of the members you're able to grab a little bit of KGB. Okay, I think I posted out somewhere around here. Okay, notice here goes up, nice. COC, the volume, fantastic. Okay, of course now drop a little bit, not to say a lot, here to here around 6%. Okay, closing on Friday, okay, around 3%. Okay, so again, COC sometimes can provide you a little bit of so-called quick profit, especially when the counters come with momentum. Okay, when the counter come with momentum. Okay, so some of the so-called the tech counters, if you look into SFP tech. Okay, also a nice closing on Friday. Okay, we got an NS over here. Okay, look into the hourly chart. Okay, now these kind of counters, they don't really break a lot. Okay, they don't really move like 10, 15, 20%, which I like it. So this is a counters that is good, okay, for you to aim on the COC area. Okay, so you can look into like, this kind of area here. Okay, notice how quiet it is for a couple of hours. Okay, here. Okay, for a few hours, they are very quiet. Now, this kind of areas is good for you to watch and monitor. Okay. Any others? Currently cannot think of anything. Yeah. So, well, I think yes, it's almost 11 p.m. already. Or maybe you got any questions, just let me know. Okay, probably I'll take a few more questions, then yes, we can enjoy our World Cup later on. Okay, I think so far there's just some of the quick updates. Any other counters I may look into? Okay, for today, okay, for NS counters, okay, for NS counters, I think there are 3 or 4 very interesting. Okay, of course, media is, I'm not sure, I think it's a bit liquid over here. But PJ Bumi, okay, PJ Bumi, they make a continuation of trend. Okay, now this is the one that they actually come here. Okay, here we got some reaccumulation, very nice, with a couple of spring line change, NS. Okay, line change NS. Okay, so probably on the aim for the support area again. Okay, for PJ Bumi. So ACME also, they actually make a wash. Okay, they make a wash. Okay, watch out here. Okay, notice this here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here, very low volume, and closing on Friday come with increasing volume. So the next resistance, somewhere around here. Okay, so probably can pan out. Okay, so probably I just need to adjust my alert. Okay, somewhere around here too. Okay, now the other one is AAX. Let's try, and we go for Syscrop. Okay, before we close. So AAX, okay, I think temporary reversal will happen. So here, because this volume here does it didn't come with highest volume. Okay, actually it's not the highest volume over here. So most probably the reversal is not as strong. But again, we can aim for, like temporary reversal over here. Okay, now those strong volume one, like of course UEMS already jalan, UEMS already jalan. Okay, but you can watch out for the potential pullback. SP Setia, okay, those back holding and stopping volume. So this is a good volume. Okay, slowly heading to resistance. GDEX. Okay, personally I'm still holding GDEX. Okay, because I kind of like the volume. Notice the volume suddenly just spike over here. Okay, and not only one volume, but they got like groups of volume. Okay, so my aim is somewhere around here. Okay, hopefully still got few more bits. Okay, it will reach, and that's it. Okay, just going to exit from there. Okay, so okay, now let's look into Syscrop. Okay, this is for reversal part. So this is for reversal. Now Syscrop, this is type of counters that I think personally for me, I think it's a bit tricky. It kind of similar as CFM, to be frank with you. This is type of counters that I straightforward with you. This is my weakness. Okay, so CFM type of counters and Syscrop type of counters is kind of difficult to read for me. Okay, because why? In the same time they got distribution, but later on they show some strength. Okay, so this is where that probably the two groups is really fighting. And I don't really can tell where is the clear direction. Okay, because why here I do see there's a big bar coming down, high volume some more. This is where that most of the time you see a distribution, but good volume coming back. Okay, the best strategy to deal with this kind of counters is that you can aim for the pullback. If not, hourly chart, yeah, I think they are forming, somehow like a COC over here. Aim for the pullback with COC. Okay, scroll. But this two volume here, I have to admit, okay, it is pretty good. Okay, it's good. Okay, so hopefully they make another round of pullback to show there is a support, okay, before they try to hit the resistance. Okay, now CFM is a bit fast. Okay, because I also watching CFM. Somehow someone asked me to watch it carefully. Because of this bar here, actually I stay up. Okay, because like I said, sometimes this kind of bar is like a distribution bar. Okay, so the other day also, this one, they tried to make a wash, drop lower, pushing back, okay, and slowly the volume increasing. Okay, so again, best is that use hourly chart, aim for COC. I think CFM got good COC over here. Okay, hopefully Cisco will see COC also. I think this area over here. Okay, very nice one. Okay, so hopefully Cisco also will show a similar type. Okay, now last one before we close. Okay, we go to Sita Global. Okay, Sita Global also very interesting because it turns to green panel also. I also watching Sita Global. Okay, but again, not my priority yet, because why? Here got gaps. Okay, usually I don't really like gaps. Okay, and this gap here come with high volume. Okay, because sometimes what happens is that it goes up thrust, then sideways again, or maybe someone go lower again. Okay, so that's why yes, I do watch, but maybe I focus other first. Okay, maybe I focus other first. Okay, because of the somehow like a gaps over here. Usually I don't like gap down with increasing volume. Okay, yes, this volume here is nice. Okay, it's nice, but if you're compared to this gap down volume, the gap down volume is higher. Okay, the gap down volume is higher. Okay, now gap. Okay, gap, my last one. This is the one that I'm actually trying on Friday, but tak dapat. Okay, I tak dapat. Okay, I will continue to try next week. Okay, again, not doing any buy call, but personally, I kind of like these kind of things. So here, you notice the volume is very high. Okay, in this period over here. So again, I remember there's one weekly member training we talk about high volume, right? So this is potentially a buying volume. Okay, if you want to know what is buying volume, what is selling volume, you go back to the weekly trainings there, the member trainings there, and watch again. So here, gap up again, confirm the volume is good. Okay, so that's why I'm interested. Now, if you look into SP Satya, okay, you compare to this two chart over here, is almost the same. Okay, I cannot say 100% same, but almost the same. Notice here, high volume. Okay, price didn't go lower. Okay, notice here we got some gap up. Okay, gap up. Okay, and the price slowly heading to resistance. Okay, so hope that G-Tronic will be a bit similar as Satya, going to the resistance soon. Okay, so all right, now almost 11 already. I know you are waiting for the World Cup. Okay, so don't worry. Continue to follow us in the Telegram and TikTok. If let's say there's any other things that really interesting one in KLSE, definitely I'll share with you more later on. Okay, so with this, thank you, and I will see you again in the next section.